Hello, Michael Finn, Holistic Exercise and Lifestyle Coach, and today we're going to talk about improving the overall function and performance of your body. Now, you might think this is going to be like really long and in-depth, but in all reality, we're going to focus on the feet. And improving foot function and foot flexibility and toe function and toe flexibility. Because typically people lose this ability as they get older. So you see little babies, they're able to move their toes just like we move our fingers. And if you actually find particular like amputees that don't have any arms, and they can use their toes and their legs and their feet for everything, combing their hair and all sorts of crazy stuff. So you have all of the nerve endings to have your foot be as mobile and as smart as your hands are. It's just a matter of you need to actually use them on a regular basis to get that way. So now most of us that are athletes, we've spent time cramming our feet into spikes or cleats or just regular shoes or anything like that. And that's a whole nother reason why we need to focus on creating flexibility and more function in our feet, okay? So that's why I'm sitting here on the floor, because one thing that we can do is just, in all reality, spending more time being barefoot whenever you can, to where your foot has to be on the ground and functioning more and moving around and feeling the ground so that it moves and can sense the ground. There's a lot of sensory input through the bottom of your foot, just like through the palm of your hand, and all of that, as well as your toes, just like your fingertips, and all of that gives feedback to the rest of your body as to where it should be so that you can stay on balance and under control and keep your joints in the proper alignment so that you can move better. So when possible, it's really great if you can train in bare feet. Just make sure that you're on a surface that's not going to rip the bottom of your feet apart. Especially if they're super sensitive. But what we can do while we're sitting here is we can also be getting more flexibility in our toes. So if I grab my big toe and I lift it as high up off of the ground as I can, now I'm causing pain, but I'm just pulling it up there to where there's a good amount of resistance, and then I'll let that back down, and I'll do the next toe over, and the next toe over, and the next toe over, and then my little pinky toe, and I'll pull it all the way up, and then I might go through one more time, going big toe, next toe, next toe, next toe, next toe, and just kind of like pull them up and separate them a little bit. And then I'll do the same thing on the other foot, going with the big toe, the next toe, the next toe, the next toe, and the next toe, and then I'll do it again. And you're going to want to feel and see, is one toe kind of sore? Are there joints around at the base of your big toe that are kind of sore? You want to kind of rub on that area with your thumb a little bit, try to loosen that up a little bit so that you gain more flexibility in your actual feet, and improve that. One of the other ways you can do it, and you can do it both sitting down and standing, is you can take a lacrosse ball like this one that I have here, and you can put it on the ground, and you can put your foot on top of that lacrosse ball, and you can roll around on that lacrosse ball, and you can dig into any sore spots that you find in the arch, in the middle, around the heel, in the ball of your foot, at the base of each toe. So you can roll around on that lacrosse ball and open up the bottom of your feet and create more flexibility there. Okay, and do that on both feet. Spend some time doing that. And this is something you can do in between sets. It's something you can do while you're relaxing at the end of the day. You can do it first thing in the morning. It's also kind of good to try to do before you're going to work out a little bit, so that you open those feet up. And then one other little thing, I have lots of these, but I'm just giving you a couple of them. One other thing you can do where you can actually use your body weight to create more flexibility in your feet is I have a yoga mat all rolled up. You could use a pillow or a folded thicker mat or a folded towel or something like that, but you want to have a couple of inches of height there. And what you're going to do is you're going to kneel on that. So I'm going to put my knees up on that rolled up yoga mat, and I'm going to have my feet back behind me, but I'm going to have my toes curled under as if I'm pulling them up. So I don't want them pointed and curled down towards the ball of the foot. I want to have them pulled under so they're being pushed back towards the top of my feet. And then I'm going to sit my hips back as much as I can, and I'm going to try to work that flexibility and try to stretch that out as much as I can that way. You might also get stretching through the knees a little bit, and if you do, look for one of my other videos about creating more flexibility and function around the knees. So, but what we really want to do is we want to try to sit back and we want to try to get some more flexibility in those toes. So you can sit there and kind of like move a little bit side to side, shift your weight around a little bit, kind of work into the tight spots, and spend 30 seconds to a minute doing this to open up your feet and create more flexibility in your feet. All right? So those are all ways where we can improve the function of our foot on the ground so that we have better function, better balance, and better athletic performance with just a better functioning foot, since that's one of the things that's contacting the ground every time we move. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I have lots of other videos on here about flexibility at every other joint coming all the way up the body, so look for those as well. And I hope you all have a happy and healthy day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.